If it's Monday, it's time for the Rescreened LLC Late Model Tour, brought to you from Slingshot Racing Media up here. This is Johnny Rapp and Justin Wilson in the booth. Yeah, this is race number 6 of our 10 race season, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I don't know what's going on with the lighting here, but yeah, definitely going to be a fun one. We got a lot to talk about. A lot of drivers signed up this week, so should be a pretty exciting show. Justin, what do you think going into this one?
Oh, it's going to be a crazy one. I mean, North Wilkesboro brings out some exciting racing, a little two-lane racing, and going to be a lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of beating and banging, especially for a crown jewel race like tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, while we have some downtime on the track, I believe it is. Yeah, qualifying has just started, so that gives us some time to go through what we're going to see here tonight. We obviously it's the same format as last week, but with the amount of cars we have, we might end up sending people home. I haven't got a full tally on it yet, but yeah, so we have a short qualifying here, and then we go into the heat racing. So there will be at least one heat, and if there's enough people, there will be a last chance qualifier. Total, we will have 26 cars start to feature. And yeah, we can go into our kind of key stories of the race here before we get too far into qualifying. Maybe. Oh, well, there's tracking. While it's there, we might as well talk about that. North Wilkesboro, obviously, this is the old version. iRacing has not updated it quite yet. So this is back from... They tried to model it after, like, what, the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah, about late 80s, yeah.
Yeah. And we have a very hot track right now, 120 degrees. These cars are going to be slipping and sliding all over.
Yeah, we've definitely seen it in practice already. And here in qualifying, too, some of these guys are sliding off turn 4, especially. So, going to take a big part in tonight's race.
Absolutely. So now we'll move on to the key stories of the race. Obviously, this is our crown jewel event of the season. So that's going to the top 3 is racing for money tonight, you know? So if you get in the top 3, you get hey, it's not a whole lot of money, but yeah, what did we say? The top spot is 20th and second place is 10 and 5. I already forget.
Yeah.
But
yep, it's $20, 10 and 5 for your top 3 tonight. So
yeah,
these guys have a lot to be racing for tonight. I mean, not just the money too, but like I say, we talk about the points. But I'm gonna tell you what, this is a very long race, as you see, as our second thing, our second little key point of the race. Track position and tire wear are gonna play a huge role in tonight's race, especially the track position. We know passing here is gonna be tough, but we know that outside line is gonna be pretty tricky on restarts. So curious to see. And then on top of that, with the tire wear from tonight, these long green runs, if we do have them, it's going to force these leaders to make pretty decisive moves if we run into lap traffic.
Yeah, and one final note with the pre-race stories here is that there is also a throwback contest, and that will be voted on after the race, and we will send a custom poster to the best throwback design tonight. That said, we are gridding up for the first heat.
Yep, and kind of we made some changes after the first race season, as we remember. So everything is kind of based off qualifying. Mikhail Terzak with qualifying on the pole tonight, so he's going to be starting P1 in tonight's heat race. David Hill, great qualifying run. He's going to be starting on the outside of row 2. Levi Coxon starting 3rd. Chris French 4th. Man, I'm killing the names today. I'm sorry. Clifton Simmons 5th. Jake Grout. Odd seeing Jake Grout qualify where he did. He's going to be starting 6th in this heat race. James Danforth 7th. James Barker 8th. Dave Krajewski 9th. William Cameron 10th. Cam Gillis 11th. And Dylan Potts 12th. And we will definitely throughout the night be looking at these paint schemes.
Oh, yeah. We will see plenty of them. And, yes, a couple guys just running their normal paints. But, yeah, starting on the pole here, number 15. That's a very pretty throwback there, I believe, made by Justin Brooks Designs.
Yeah, it's a throwback to his grandfather's car. Not sure the year that he raced, but that's a sharp-looking ride.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, we got David Hill on the outside running his normal paint scheme for the night. Wasn't mandatory running a throwback scheme by no means. Some of these guys, capitalize on the opportunity. Win that free contest.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Pretty popular thing we've been doing. Seems like everybody likes it, the posters when they receive them. So we will continue doing it until maybe somebody comes up with a better idea. But we are green. Kyle Terzak with a decent jump on the inside. He's able to clear and immediately moves to that high line to get that arc down into turn 1.
Well, one thing in case you missed it, Jake Grout, who started 6th place, but entering turn 1 in 3rd place, just from the checkup that happened on the outside with David Hill. Great move going into 1 there to capitalize on the slower traffic ahead of him there.
Absolutely. And, yeah, these guys are getting after it early. These, literally, you cannot get them apart from each other every race this season, and even in the heat race, under a blanket, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, these guys, every race have been racing hard, and I expect to see it for the rest of this heat race too, but it's going to shake things up because these guys are, so we got a half spin on the back straightaway. It was David Hill there, sorry. He got it back collected, but keep in mind, we're not racing for, first, second, and third starting spot. They're racing for first, second, and third row starting spot. So one position will kind of help them out on getting an early jump in this feature race, depending on where they finish in this heat race.
Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again. The track position is so important because it is so hard to pass in these cars. They were so gripped up, and there's little margin for error, I guess, right? So you just send it in as hard as you can every lap.
Oh, well, you need to, especially for these heat races, as we're just about hit halfway through this heat race. And one thing I'm already noticing too is just how slick this track is. These guys are getting pretty sideways in these corners. And there's probably a lot of pushing it really hard on these, just 10-lap run, but I expect some tire wear tonight.
Yep, and we still do not get a tire change, so it's definitely going to be important to manage that right front. Make it last. I've been on the other side of that. I blew a tire leading one of these races before. It's not fun.
Well, yeah, and then keep in mind, we're accustomed to these 100-lap races, but tonight's long race is an additional 25 laps, and that's a lot of track. Look at Jake Grout sideways in 3 and 4 there. It keeps it going and didn't lose any momentum on Levi there. But as we cross the line there, we're 3 to go coming to 2, and Kyle Terzak just pretty much just pulled away from these guys.
Yeah, definitely putting on a clinic here early, and yeah, that battle for second is still pretty spicy, but it looks like maybe a little bit further back we have a battle. Is that, yeah, here we go. So James Danforth and Clifton Simmons for 7th position. Clifton's able to make that high side work for now. They've been side by side for a couple laps here.
Yeah, we got a car on the grass on the back straightaway here. Well, he keeps it back going. That was Dave Krajewski. Not entirely sure what happened to him as we're we're on our final lap now as they're coming to the checkered. Oh, goodness.
Oh my.
What happened? We were watching Kyle Terzak there. I think Dave just lost it off of 4 as they were coming to the checkered there.
Yeah, I mean, we can go back and see. I think he was celebrating a little early, maybe. And I know that wall. It has like a little tire at the end of it. It'll launch you up in the air. I hit it every race. So I think that's maybe what
Well,
happened. Oh no, I think he might have just lost it. I
so
don't know.
so hear me out. That's flip count of number 1 for the night.
Yes, yes, starting off early. But yeah, great race from these guys. Caution free, a little bit of contact throughout the field, but you know, hey, nothing too bad. And yeah, we're going to move on to heat race number 2. Yeah, here we go. Starting up front, Ryan Phillips in the number 27, followed by Jacob Phillips in the 31. Then we have newcomer Tristan Mayhew. I believe he's ran with it before, but I have to double check that. And Bob Belshaw starting outside of him. We have Aiden East in the 24, Caleb Hill in the 01, Robert Probst in the 5, and Benson Weaver with that Kyle Petty throwback in the number 1. Then we have Tom Lickert and Clint Walker. I didn't say it this time. I'll get it later. And rounding out the field is going to be Patrick O'Toole. I don't see Justin Brooks. I don't believe he's running. I think he was just in there in practice. Yeah, Patrick O'Toole, he had some hardware issues. He had to go get a whole new computer. Took a couple weeks off, and yeah, we're glad to have him back.
Yeah, we're definitely glad to have him back because we got 2 number 44 machines on the track now. We're going to get them confused.
Yeah, well, hey, it's nothing we can't handle, right? I don't know. We do have in the chat, we got a fan for Jacob Phillips and Cam Dillons, I'm sorry. And also Connor Lyons stopping by in the chat. How you doing, Connor? It's becoming a weekly occurrence, man. We like hearing from you, and hope everything's going well.
We got them doubled up and about to go green for heat race number 2 as pace car dips off and wastes no time with the green flag, but they excuse me, I about died there. But it was actually a lot better of a restart on this heat race, I was going to say, with the outside line than our previous one. And they're shaking it up. They're still 2 by 2, about 2nd, 3rd, all the way back to about 8th place right now.
Yeah, so far, really good start. We got the 2 Phillips, not the brothers Phillips. We need to get Scotty back, but yeah, they're racing it out for the lead here. Jacob Phillips looked like he was going to maybe try something there, but I think he's probably just going to settle in for now. Moving back, we got Tristan Mayhew falling back a little bit here. Stuck on that outside line, just behind Caleb Hill and Robert Probst on the inside.
Yeah, a little bit of contact with the wall there, but we're definitely seeing in this heat races that that outside line doesn't have quite the strength as we seen here last time we ran here. Probably has something to do with that 120-degree track temperature.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. But yeah, I don't think the very bottom is really good either. So that's kind of, you see like Robert and 44, well, the 44 went all the way down there. You want to run like a little bit off the line, but
oh, we got a spin in the back there. They keep it going straight there. The contact between the 44, Bob Belshaw, and Tristan Mayhew. Man, I'll get it tonight. I'll get it tonight, Johnny. Don't worry. But that was a hell of a save by that 64 machine.
Sideways again. Oh my. He hangs on to it.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the rear tires of that machine are fading away already. Just only 6 laps into this race.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. Probably more of a heat issue than a wear issue at this point. But yeah, you got to kind of back it down a little bit, let him cool off. But yeah, it looks like Jacob Phelps putting a little pressure on Ryan up here for the lead of this heat.
Yeah, Jacob's definitely showing some speed in that number 11 machine, which, if I'm not mistaken, his is a throwback to Roy Hendrick, I believe.
I believe so, yes. The Flying 11 or whatever they called it.
Yeah.
I forgot to change his number before the session started, but yeah, for a one-off deal, he wanted to switch to the 11 for the throwback, and yeah, definitely a very cool looking paint job.
Tell you what, car is also flying. He's definitely a little bit faster each lap than Ryan Phillips, but does he have enough time as we're coming to the white flag now? I mean, he's definitely there within a car length now. They take the white flag here, and he's looking. I don't know. He may have another shot over here in 3 and 4. Ryan Phillips race led flag to flag. As he go into turn 3 here, he's going to keep it low. Yeah, I don't think he's going to have the run for him. But Ryan Phillips does get a little bit loose, but pulls off heat race win number 2.
Absolutely. Stellar drive from Ryan there, leading flag to flag, really from all the top 5. Just about everybody kept it in a single file line, right? You know? And yeah, there we go. There's our results. And then we're going to get into a little warm-up session here before we go into our feature. I don't believe we're getting a Nazi race. Could be wrong.
Nope, everyone's in. We're good.
Yeah, so if that said, we're going to step away for just a moment to get everything, our pre-race ceremonies underway here with our national anthem, and we'll see you on the other side. Well, there you go. We are just about wrapped up with our warm-up session here. We are all ready to go for this feature. Should be a very exciting race. And yeah, while we have about a minute before the action starts, we can go into our point standings from last week. Last week, yeah, we saw a pretty big shakeup there with some of those incidents that did take place. Jake Rout was able to capitalize. Came in 4th place, still now has a 10-point lead over Kyle Terzak. And Levi Cox still hanging on strong in 3rd. Aiden East just 1 point behind him. And then Vince Weaver with that podium finish, able to get himself up in the 5th.
Yeah, right now everyone's kind of hoping something else could happen to Jake just to tighten the points up a little more. But Aiden East showing some ground too of catching up. I mean, running 4th, and he's still not out of it. These guys are still not out of it. Keep this in mind. I mean, the top 7 are all within 30 points of each other.
Yep, anything can happen. And we've seen plenty of chaos already this season, so certainly not over for any of these.
Yeah, and we're halfway through the season now, so plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Yeah, well, here we go. We should be getting our pre-race grid here any second. Yep, there we go. So after the heat races, starting up front, Kyle Terzak in the number 15. Ryan Phillips won his heat, starts 2nd. Then Levi Cox in the 54 starting 3rd. Jacob Phillips 4th. And we got Jake Grout in the 49 VT, does that say? Yeah. And Aiden East starting 6th. Chris French starting 7th. Caleb Hill starting 8th. James Parker starting 9th. And Robert Ropes starting 10th.
Yeah, rolling off 11th. You have David Hill And Benson Weaver on his outside in 12. That Kyle Petty machine. Yeah, 13th with the Dale Jr. machine of James Danforth. And then, excuse me, on his outside was Clint Walker. I missed the paint scheme there. And then Clifton Simmons at 15th with Tristan Mayhew. Man, I'm going to get it. 16th. 17th is William Cameron in the Jimmy Johnson throwback, and Bob Belshaw to his outside. And 18th, you have Dylan Potts rolling off 19th with Patrick O'Toole in 20th. Cam Gillens in 21st, Homlicker 22nd, and then rounding off the very tail end of the field tonight is Dave Krajewski in, let me see, I know his throwback. Hold on. I'm going to get it. It is, oh man, who is it now? Now it's killing me. David Green.
Burton.
There we go.
Oh,
David Green. No, it's David Green.
Green.
David Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
while these
we are
guys-
set.
Yeah, while we got this kind of one to go here, I kind of want to just bring up some past history here. I mean, we've seen Kyle Terzak, make some friends these last few weeks. Do you think tonight somebody might return the favor, I should say?
Well, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to catch him. And that's easier said than done. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's definitely ruffled some feathers, but he's fast enough to drive away from the field and not have to worry about it.
They're off into turn number 3. Pace truck's about to tip off. We're going to get this long race underway, 125 laps. And it all starts with the green flag, and Kyle Terzak fires off. Levi was ready for it, just shoving him down the straightaway as they peel off into turn 1.
Yeah, really good start on the outside, though, from Ryan Phillips. And so far, able to hang on for P2 and see if he's able to get some momentum off the corner and clear down in front of Levi.
Yeah, we were definitely that bottom. Everyone's just fighting to get to the bottom. It actually caused a little bit of a stack up near the back, but they were able to keep it all going. I thought we were going to have another pit wall incident, but we got a battle for the lead. It looks like Levi Cox is going to throw it underneath Kyle Terzak, and Kyle's just going to give it to him. Smart move. It's early off in the race. Don't want to burn your stuff up. But it looks like Ryan Phillips is going to.
Levi.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Phillips is going to try and capitalize on it too. And next thing you know, Kyle's stuck on the outside, and everyone's looking, but he throws it right there, right in front of, I missed who that was. It looked like Chris French.
Yeah, he's able to get down in line, and that's right where you want to be. Now, let's try to defend that as good as you can, and it definitely didn't get a freight train.
Hard crash on the front straightaway. Dylan Potts hard into the wall, on the inside wall on the front straightaway here. It right across the front of us here. I just seen him get hooked, and it was a 44 machine. I missed it. I didn't know if it was Patrick or Bob. I told you I'd get them two confused.
Hey, well, we'll go back and try to take a look at what happened.
We had a secondary crash.
Yeah,
we have a. Well, let's go back to the original one, and we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, Belshaw, just a little bit of contact on the straightaway there. I don't know if the two came off the wall or if Belshaw came up. Try to
Yeah, so yeah, the secondary wreck too. Once we passed there, man, it was like 4 crashes happening at once. It was everyone checking up for the yellow, and yeah, so you had Danford get spun around, and then we also had I believe we had a flip. We almost had a flip with the Cam Gillens in the 07. Yeah, you just see Bob there, just right. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, Potts just got turned on the front straightaway there.
Yeah, not where you would expect. And yeah, this is chaos here for the after effects of a wreck like that, and this could be completely separate.
Yeah, so the yellow flag is out, right? Everyone started checking up off 2, and some drivers didn't get that message, and they just piled in.
Cam Gillens,
yeah, William Cameron
flying through the air like a pizza, and
yeah, a lot of damage to a lot of cars. Pretty much, not very necessary, but I'm trying to want to go through and look at some of these cars now that couldn't catch them before they had all that damage. But William Cameron, 48 machine, one of the ones that took pretty much significant damage to that 48 machine. Throwback to the Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, it was a huge hit. Oh man.
Cam did what you should do. Just come to a stop and get the
Yeah.
guys behind him. Maybe didn't see it, didn't slow down. Yeah, you were talking about the 48, and that thing is angled. The right
Yeah,
front is
he's
sticking out, and the left or the right rear is sticking in.
significant damage to that machine. Is probably going to affect the handling. But the track's cleared up. Pace truck is in, and we are back under green. Big stack up on the front. And Levi Cox, who took the outside as on the initial start here, he just pulls away off here in turn one, right in front of Ryan Phillips. But they're still stacking up behind him. It's a lot going on up here, especially on this top line. Curious to see how Kyle Terzak's going to do. He's been losing a lot of positions since he started on the pole tonight. I don't know if it's a little bit of strategy or if he's just put his car in some fairly poor positions so far.
Yeah, I still think right where he is right now is where you want to be. Just stay on that bottom and try to defend all you can.
Yeah. We have another caution. Looks like Cam Gillens is around over here, turn 4. Self-spin, it looks like.
Yeah, we saw him parked at the end of pit road. I thought they were going to leave it green, but yeah, probably better off if they didn't, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see. He went up high. It looks like he threw it in a little too deep and lost connection a little bit there too. But yeah, just kind of snapped around and wasn't able to straighten it back up. We know how slick this car is, especially. That's probably why they threw the yellow right there, Johnny. Race control probably thought he was coming back up the racetrack and just threw it just as a precaution as him being down there. So
Yeah, probably a smart decision, but yeah, he did stop. He knew the field was coming. Doesn't want to affect it, any more than he already did by spinning there. But yeah, I think he got up in the marbles and having a little damage. Just stepped out on him a little loose. These things are hard to save.
they are, and it looks like our lucky dog for this caution is the 43 of David Hill.
Yeah, there we go. He had to serve yet another penalty at the beginning of the race. That's why he was a lap down. But yeah, good to see him get his lap back early here, and we know he's fast, so we'll see if he's
Yeah, I mean,
able to contend for the win.
we seen the speed out of that machine in the heat race earlier. I mean, he was running up front, qualified really good tonight. So yeah, the 43 machine's definitely got some speed tonight. But he's got plenty of time. Long race. I mean, we're not even. Well, we got 112 to go this time, so plenty of time to get up to the front.
For sure. Yeah, and right now it's just it seems like maybe stay out of the wrecks and you're just going to be gifted possessions, right? So yeah, try to
Generally
keep the
how
nose
these
clean.
play out. Generally how these play out, if we've seen, yeah, we're double filed up, about to go back under green here. Pace truck's over in 3 as he's going to dip off. Levi Cox is going to take the outside again for that starting position. We've seen how it worked out for him on the last one. As the green's out. Yep, Levi takes off, gets that great run. As we got a couple of connectivity issues tonight, but they get it all cleared up. Aiden, he's still on that outside. He's been running that outside pretty much all race so far. In that Casey Kane throwback machine.
Yep, able to make it work so far. And yeah, I mean he's making some headway up there even now, trying to challenge for second place.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there with Jake Grout. Jake Grout's trying to pinch him up high, and Aiden's pinching him low in the corners. Aiden's not giving up these positions, and he's almost cleared Jake for third here. As we got a pass for the lead with Ryan Phillips. I mean, first through fourth, just throw them in a blanket right now because here's side by side.
Yeah, this is some incredible racing up front here between Ryan and Levi and Jake and Aiden up here. Every one of them, if we see a little bit of a crossover, the 27 gets up really high and loose.
Yeah, I think Levi, kind of looked to do the crossover, and it kind of spooked this 27 machine. drove it in a little deeper than he wanted to and got a little sideways, and now he's stuck on the outside, and everybody in the whole field is lined up single file right there behind him, but he's able to pull it back right in front of Levi and maintain the lead position.
I'll tell you what, Ryan Phillips is wheeling that thing, though. Seeing him getting into the corner sideways like that. Now he's able to get back down to the bottom, so maybe that'll help, but...
Yeah, Ryan Phillips, you know, he's fighting to stay in that lead, but he also has to be mindful of those tires. Long race, very hot racetrack. I mean, right now the track temp has gone up just a little bit. It's 122 right now. It's only going to get hotter as these cars drive around the racetrack.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we see Aiden East get up to third place around Jake Kraut there, and everybody else is kind of single filed out for the time being.
Yeah, like you said, they're pretty much single
Yeah.
file. We got a few cars. I believe the Kyle Petty machine, Vincent Weaver's up there battling. So we got some big checkups back here in the back with Clifton Simmons. He was sideways off of turn 2, was able to get it straight back up, and William Cameron with that damaged machine passed them on the outside, and David Hill's looking to capitalize and make up some positions since he got back on the lead line here.
William completely sideways there. He's hanging on for dear life for that thing.
Yeah, but Clint Walker sideways in turn 4. He brings it up into the marbles, saves it. And oh, wow, goodness. Bob Belshaw just door swipes him off of 4. Yeah, Clint Walker is not going to be happy about that as he's trying to gather his thoughts and get back in line here. But he lost about 5-6 positions from that ordeal there.
Yeah, I think we can maybe go back and try to see what happened there with Clint. He's battling with Benson, and once again, yeah, just up in the marbles and gets sideways. But looks like we have a battle for the lead yet again. Levi Cox able to get inside of Ryan Phillips.
Oh, Patrick O'Toole parked on the front straightaway here. As that battle for the lead was picking up, even Aiden East was starting to get into the picture there. Definitely. Go back and take a look at that one.
Yeah, I mean, looks like maybe another self spin.
Yeah. Yeah, slick track.
See, that's heads up there, though. He knew the field is coming. Let me just back up, get out of the way, and let him go by, you know?
Yeah.
Able to come out of that without really hitting anything. He has a lot of damage from incidents prior, but...
yeah, it was definitely heads up driving because those drivers, you know, in the lead were side by side, you know, coming off turn 4 as he was doing that. So, yeah, definitely heads up driving by Patrick.
Well, I'll tell you what, 100 to go. Now it's just the normal late model race or rescreen late model race, right? So just throw everything out and you know, right back to what we normally do. So.
Well, I mean, now we're under yellow too. Let's go look at some paint schemes that we got tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we'll start with I know
This is Ryan Phillips. I'm not sure of the throwback for this one, but I'm gonna tell you what, that's a sharp looking rod.
yeah, it definitely looks good. I don't think it is a throwback, but yeah, I think we go to Belshaw because we were kind of discussing this earlier. We think it's a Dick Trickle throwback, but the colors are a little different. Maybe. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, it's a pretty good looking car.
Yeah, we can look at James Barker here in the number 28 machine. It's a Will Cox racing machine. This, from what I was reading, this is a throwback to his dad's first car he spotted for a win here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. So a little bit of, you know, this track, a little bit of history there. So that's pretty cool. But man, we missed it. We're already under green. These cautions are going by here real quick tonight, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yep. Hey,
But
the more green flag racing, the better, right? So.
Yeah, they pretty much single filed out, and you're pretty much seeing the top five here are our normal top five that we see week in and week out. Oh my goodness, they're 3 wide back here in the back. Caleb Hill got a little loose, and Terzak was involved there a little bit, but they were able to straighten it out. I was worried. I almost saw 4 wide.
Yeah, that was definitely a moment, and yeah, good. They were able to straighten it out. Caleb Hill was sent through the middle and left it out to dry, you know, but able to hold on to it, still in decent position here.
Yeah, but they definitely haven't let up at all. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm still, and I know this was strategic, but Kyle Terzak's still slowly dropping towards the back right now, back in 8th and looking to get passed by Tristan Mayhew.
Yeah, it's definitely uncharacteristic for him unless he's involved in something. He's normally up front. So, I mean, it could be maybe some tire savings, right? Knowing that it's a really hot track and long race. Maybe he's trying not to abuse him, but you're also putting yourself in that danger zone that you might not want to be in this early in the race.
Mm-hmm. Because we know we have that 15 machine has a lot of friends out here.
Back through the field, we got David Hill able to work his way up to 15th so far after getting his lap back. It's now getting by Dave Grajewski and working on Clifton Simmons here.
Oh, Dave Grajewski hard in the wall there, and honestly, it was Clint Walker a little bit too. Left him no room coming off that corner, and Dave hard contact on the wall. It's him and William Cameron now just beating and banging on the back straightaway.
Yeah, we see this Clifton Simmons kind of able to pull back away from David Hill, and everybody's favorite Hollywood actor, Clint Walker, able to get by him as well.
Yeah, the battle right now is for second place is heating up, and it looks like Levi's just going to let Aiden go because Aiden was just right there on his back bumper, and then Levi just thought better of it right early on in this race.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty of time. No sense in racing somebody super hard right now. But I'll tell you what, Aiden Neese, we were kind of surprised with his lack of speed last week, but he's definitely brought it this week and driven up second so far, and we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, another driver making his way through the field tonight is Chris French. Started 7th tonight. He's looking to pass Levi Cox here for. No, excuse me. He did pass Levi Cox here for 3rd.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. He's one of our front runners that we're used to seeing up here. Kind of a surprising qualifying effort and heat effort, I guess I should say. But yeah, wasting no time getting to the front.
Yeah, one of our biggest movers so far tonight is that 64 machine, Tristan Mayhew. Started 16th tonight. He's up to 8th. Making some good ground right now. As you know, we've seen him in those battles that he had, even with Kyle Terzak. But Tristan's been running that outside line around here, kind of running that second, more like 3rd groove around here. So curious to see how that's going to play out on his tires throughout the night.
We just had a huge dive bomb. That's waiver on Kyle Terzak there. Able to make it work.
Yeah.
He gets that position.
Yeah, Kyle Terzak still slowly falling back big time through the night. So far tonight, excuse me, he's back to 11th position. Definitely don't see that often out of that 15 machine. As James Barker cleared him, gave him a little bump, but he definitely passed him. He's starting to pull away, and now Caleb Hill's looking to make the pass as well. It's Clint Walker right behind it. I don't know if you just caught it at the corner of the screen there. Crazy save. He looked like he caught the grass and just completely sideways. That 02 car has been a handful for Mr. Walker tonight.
Yep. He's definitely
got a caution.
Oh, Aiden Neese. Ryan Phillips, we had a wreck for the lead. 27 is destroyed.
Oh, man, you hate to see that run. Oh, my goodness, what a hard hit. You can see here, Aiden. Yeah, Aiden got the run under him and just clipped him, and both of them hard into the inside wall. And then more cars flying. Jake Grout, heavy damage in that as well.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. Racing for the lead. We still have over half the race to go. I think it was just a little bit of a
Oh,
misjudgment
man.
from the 24, but
So we've been having a lot of ARCA breaking tonight, as we call it. I mean, okay. So we had what turned into a 2-car wreck, turned into about a 10-car pileup.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, the visibility is not great in these cars, but seeing all the smoke and the cars flying through the air, best thing to do is to just lock them down, right? And yeah, definitely a lot of guys that failed to do that, as you see the 5 and the 64
Yeah.
pile in.
Yeah, Benson Weaver coming in. I mean, that's heartbreak. Brian Phillips showed tremendous speed tonight, just to get kind of just hooked on the left rear there coming out of turn 4.
Very unfortunate. Uh, definitely put a solid show on there, and yeah, I know Aiden. I don't think that was any intention. Probably just a misjudgment there, but yeah, you hate to see it so early in the race, and they both had such a commanding lead over the field there. Really, no need for that, you know.
Oh, definitely not. And I just don't know if, like you said, the visibility in this car or what, but he had come up the track thinking probably that he was clear behind the 2027 machine and just wasn't.
Well, that shakes things up because now Chris French, who was in third, is going to start up front and brings Levi Cox right back into this. We also saw Grout made some pretty significant contact in that wreck, and like he is in the pits or has pitted. He has dropped back to 17th.
Yeah, well, we're back under green. Chris French, it seems like tonight running that outside on these restarts is the way to go. Gets a commanding lead here going into 1. As James Barker up here in 3rd place. Very, very good run so far. And, getting through those crashes. He's already up to 3rd after starting in the 9th position tonight. Benson Weaver back there in the Kyle Petty machine. Also another driver that started deep in the field. And they're all the way up here in the top 5 now.
Yeah, definitely taking advantage of that huge situation, able to keep their noses fairly clean throughout the night so far. And yeah, hey, it pays at the end, not the beginning. So it's all about just keeping that nose clean, and still got to be fast though, and these guys are.
Well, these caution laps are definitely going to help these guys with the tire wear. I'm trying to go back and see where our yellow. Looked like William Cameron. Yeah, looked like William Cameron got possibly spun off the nose of Jake Grout here as we're looking at the replay. This is down the back straightaway here. You can see both. Oh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from that view. I don't know if he got contact or not, but you can definitely tell. Even Clint Walker in front of William, and William's a little sideways himself there.
Yeah, let's go back because William may have been checking up for Walker sideways in front of him, and Grout maybe just couldn't see it. You could hear him out of the gas.
Definitely contact. Yeah. There was definitely contact there, but yeah, if you go back and see too, you can definitely see that Clint Walker was completely sideways in front of William Cameron there in 3 and 4, and he probably checked up for that. And just Grout probably didn't even see that happening at all. But yeah, you can see him sideways, right? And that little bit of a checkup there, and yeah, just around he goes.
Yeah. Unfortunate for William, and yeah, we'll have to see who race control calls at fault. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that's more of a racing deal than than anything intentional. So.
Well, I will say though, right, and speaking of Grout too, who had pretty big damage in that previous big crash with altercating with Aiden East and Ryan Phillips. I mean, he's currently a lap down right now too, and I know it's still early in the race, still somewhat time to get back to the front, but this is a pretty big point shakeup right now if Grout's not able to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, if it is a lack of pace from the 15 here tonight too, you could see Levi Cox really, join the battle for the lead here.
Yeah, Aiden East was another one that was in contender there too, but his chances were blown out the window from that crash. So yeah, this is definitely playing out in Levi Cox's favor right now, as we got 72 to go as we're coming to the line.
Yeah, it looks like the lights are out on the pace car, so we'll be going back green here. And yeah, still a lot of race to go. So yeah, buckle up. Hopefully we can get some more green flag laps in. And
yeah, I'm not sure if I caught who they cleaned that last one on, but doesn't matter now. We're about to go green.
here we go. Chris French, another great start on the outside. It looks like he will clear into turn 1.
I will say we have been talking about Terzak kind of falling back, but I mean he's right now he's in 5th place right now, because of the pileups that endured in front of him. So I mean, it kind of played out in his favor too, right? Even if he was saving, right, those guys crashed themselves. It's just free spots.
Yeah, definitely. And could end up being him in one of the faster cars with the freshest tires at the end of this race, if that is his method.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're 56 laps in, still 70 to go, 69 at the line. Nice. But, but the battle right now is on with Tom Lickard back here, Clint Walker, Dave Krajewski, Robert Brobes. You see they're still side by side, about 4 rows deep, scraping the wall as they come off from the corners here.
Ooh, huge checkup on the inside. Belshaw kind of took that lane away from Clifton Simmons and checked up Clint Walker and Robert Brobes and everybody.
Dave Krajewski, who started tail end of the field tonight in that number 6 machine, he's up to 12th place, already made up half the ground tonight, and he's already looking under Tom Lickard here for that 11th position.
Yeah, it looks like he will tuck in line. Maybe not. Gonna think twice about that. Send it back to the inside.
Yeah, these guys are not giving each other that much room. You can't. I mean, it's every man for himself at a track like this, especially those guys trapped on the outside line.
Yeah, it's pure chaos back here right now. I'll tell you that. Up front, looks like everything's pretty well single file, but
yeah, we gotta. I mean, right now James Barker is looking on Chris French right now for this lead. I've seen him dip his nose a few times. He's kind of running that higher arc and trying to get the run off the corner more than what French is. But James is really driving off those right rear tires, trying to catch up to French right now.
yeah, definitely a pretty impressive drive so far as we see him get a little sideways after maybe bottoming out a little bit in the middle of the corner there. But yeah, still holding strong in second. Really good going here from 28. You know, he has some fans in the chat every week, so shout out to James Barker.
Yeah, I definitely cannot keep my eyes off this battle that's kind of happening back here in the back with Clifton and Tristan Mayhew, which I think Tristan's now starting to get the repercussions of running that outside lane, because he's still committed to running that second lane, but he has been falling like a rock since this restart.
Yeah, that car has definitely seen better days too. The whole right front is killed and probably just hanging on, trying to give these guys room. And yeah, finally able to tuck in. We'll see if he goes to the bottom now. And he does.
Yeah, but as he kind of washes up there off the exit of the corner, that the handle on that machine is definitely not there. Probably part due to all that damage that you guys can see on the front of that machine. Right now, if we got a caution here. Looks like Jake Rout's in the lucky dog position right now, but William Cameron is going to be trying to catch him. But he's pretty far ahead of William Cameron right now, so Jake Rout's just kind of riding back here and really just hoping for a yellow and not be a part of one.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely lose that lucky dog if you are involved, but yeah, the car is pretty beat up. Just gotta try to avoid the chaos at this point.
Yeah, right now we got a battle for third place. Benson Weaver looking underneath Levi Cox, and Levi's going to give it to him. Put that Kyle Petty machine in third place.
Absolutely, yeah. That'd be something. 2 podiums in a row for Benson. That would be a career first, right? That would be cool to see. But battle's on for the lead too. James Parker has picked it back up, and he's right on the tail of Chris French here.
Oh yeah, he's definitely pushing it to try and catch that 53 machine. And we've seen James show speed, like, you know, week in, week out, but gets caught up in some, you know, situations that kind of takes him out of the races. And, you know, it's good to see this performance from this 28 machine today.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but he was completely sideways on the exit of, I think it was turn 2 last lap there. So he's definitely, he's driving it for all it's worth right now, trying to make it happen.
I've learned not to talk about it because, you know, when I start talking about things, something happens. So keep it to a minimum. We got a spin back here in the back. Dave Krajewski, and looks like, oh my goodness, hard hit from the Flying 11 machine. He is hard in the outside wall. He clipped what looked like he clipped Mayhew's car and just went right into the outside wall. Hopefully he's able to get that thing back going. I mean, he's rolling.
Yeah, let's see. Said it started with Dade. So, yeah.
Oh man, Dade in Dade fashion, baby. I love it. But look at that, just right up on 2 wheels. That's where my excitement came from when I seen it. I thought we were about to see a roll over here in turn 4. I mean, he just ramped up the front of his car.
Let's see if we can get another view of that one. Oh, that might not. We'll do the
Yeah,
that thing.
Oh man,
just about 90 degrees sideways on the door.
Yeah, just right into the outside wall. Didn't look like he hit the outside wall as hard as I imagine it in my mind. Maybe he might be all right, but I would love to see an onboard of that one.
Yeah, definitely could have been worse. It looked like he locked it down pretty good, so that could have helped him there, having all 4 tires locked up. But yeah, we'll go back and get a view from onboard to 31. Well, the Flying 11, I should say.
That was definitely a Flying 11, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it almost was.
Yeah, you can see here's where the contact's going to be made, right? And he sees them, they sees him up high, so he's going low, and boom, what a shot. What a shot.
Oh, hi.
Man, what a shot.
Definitely lucky that one didn't go over.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That would have been a wild rollover. But it's good to see him back out there on the speedway. I mean, he's... Oh, excuse me. Or did he pull off? Yeah, he's still out there. He's still out there.
Yeah, it didn't look like a whole lot of damage, so definitely pretty lucky. But yeah, he lives to fight on, you know.
And Jake Grout was our lucky dog recipient from that last caution. So he's back on the lead lap.
Well, the lights are out. Pace car peeling off. Chris French, once again, he takes the inside this time, and a great start.
Yeah, it's just super beneficial just being the leader on a restart as well, right? Because you're the one that gets to time it. You're the one that says when to go, and a lot of guys get caught sleeping. But I can tell you what, James Parker is still right there on his back door. He is not letting him go, as we've seen from that last run. I expect that the tire wear, you know, they let the tires cool off. And, well, so we got another caution. Looks like Dave Krajewski's in another one. He's parked up here in the exit of 4.
Yeah,
and
that
Jake
car
Grout was also involved in this as well.
Pretty beat up. Got a little bit of a dog walk going to it now. I don't think he had that before, so.
Yeah, there was. It looked like Look like Cam Gillis. I mean, it was hard to see there as you're kind of the replay situated here.
Yeah, I went back a little too far the second time here, but yeah, we see
Oh man,
Cam.
They'd almost killed Cam there in turn one, but you can see here they're side by side, and Jake looks like he's going to dip low, so Cam runs that middle lane, and Dade probably didn't know that Cam was running that middle line, and they kind of door slammed and spun around. But Jake with some more heavy damage on that machine there. I don't know why I keep saying I apologize for that, but the 049 machine, it's got significant damage now.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty before, but it definitely is no better. And yeah, very, man, unfortunate. That's just kind of a, late move and a little bit of a situational awareness, not knowing that there were 3 wide. And yeah, definitely some hard hits.
Yeah, it looks like Jade's going to bring it down on pit road to try and see if he can get some of that damage fixed before we go back under green. But these cautions have been very, very short tonight.
Yeah, we got a, a lot of takers on pit road. Definitely some, it's going to be some cheap used parts for sale tomorrow. But
Yeah, we're starting to get into sort of the closing stages of this race here. We got 46 laps to go. Who do you think right now is kind of that guy you're going to be keeping an eye on? I mean, aside from Terzak, who we've seen have speed all season, looks like he was saving tires. But who else are you keeping your eye on tonight, Johnny?
well, I'm going to agree with Mr. Trackbar in the chat. I think Terzak is going to blow by the field with about 25 to go. I think it might even be sooner than that, but I think he's been saving his tires, and we're going to start seeing him use them up here soon.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a very conservative 15 machine where we haven't seen all season. So we're back under green here. Chris French didn't get quite the restart. Man, we see that checkup on that outside. Didn't get the restart like he got last time. As they're side by side over here already. James Barker he's going to try and go for the lead here.
Yeah, Barker to the inside. Looked like Levi Cox was going to try to follow him there, but I think he's having some connection issues, as am I. But yeah, Barker to the lead for now. He pushes up the track into French. Still side by side.
Yeah, we're side by side right now for first and third place. But that 15 machine, there's the tires. As we seen it, we were just speaking about it. He is there, just wrapping the bottom. James Barker's just trying to get by French as they're door slamming. They're sideways.
What a
Everyone
save.
in the field has to check up for that one, and they do a great job doing so, but that just bunched the field up even more, as the whole top 8 right now are just under a blanket. Well, the top 7.
Yep, Barker still trying to make this move work. Gets a little bit of
more
contact with French. This is crazy up here. 15's thinking about it. He's sending it 3 wide here.
James Barker just washes up the track, and look at the 15 machine's going to capitalize on it. Takes it 3 wide. Boom. Passes them both for the lead going into 1 here. But Chris Finch is not going to give it up. He is just using those rear tires, just flooring it off the corners, trying to stay to the outside of that 15. But that 15 is going to have so much better tires, as he's been saving them the entire race with about 40 to go. Put Kyle Terzak in the lead.
Yeah, but hey, he's still within striking distance here. We see Chris French diving it into the corner, but just not quite enough to get there.
Yeah, James Barker right now is still fighting the handling of that car since the restart. He is sideways in every corner as he is falling back a good second already from the leaders. And hard into the wall, the 28 machine. Everyone stays off of him, but he's had significant right front damage right now. He hit that wall hard.
Yeah, that was a huge moment. Definitely lucky nobody else was able to, or, piled into him there. That could have been a huge crash. But yeah, unfortunate. Go from battling for the lead to now trying to hold on for a top 10 within just a couple laps.
Yeah, he went from battling for the lead, and then in 5 laps is all the way back to 7th place right now, and he's dropping hard. But David Hill right now, who started a lap down, right there behind the 28. Looks like the 28's calling that he's gonna hit. Oh, we're gonna see how this goes. It's the big checkup, big checkup, big checkup.
No. Well, I know I heard it, and I know you heard it. He called it. I don't
Yeah,
know if that was maybe the best decision, but I know he had a lot of damage.
yeah. Pit road here at Wilkesboro is pretty tough. I mean, it's there's not a lot of room. It's a very sharp entry. So when somebody does check up, right, it's going to be hard for somebody to slow down, especially if he's already being pinched low by a car on his outside. I mean, David Hill really had nowhere to go because he had a car on his outside.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations. I mean, a track like this, there's not really a lot of runoff for you to take it to the bottom entering pit road, right? I mean, there is a little bit, but
Yeah, and like you said, you can see Bob Elshaw. I mean, it's not, 28's yelling that he's pitting, right? But, the outside car is not giving the inside car room to move up to allow the guy to pit. I mean, it's only going to cause disaster, right? It was going to happen, right? Everyone has to be involved into allowing somebody to pit.
yeah. Yeah, it's not like, Talladega or Daytona where there's that huge area that you can go down and use. It's literally coming out of the corner. And yeah, I mean, man, it's just tight track, That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, and Jake Grout was also a part of that incident as well, right? Right behind the 43 machine. Again, nowhere to go.
Yeah. So once again, pit road, fairly busy place, but man, we're slowly knocking these cars out. Well, we got about 14 on the lead lap now, and a lot of them with a lot of damage.
Yeah.
The only ones that really don't have too much to worry about are the guys up front here. The 15 of Kyle Terzak, Chris French, Levi Cox. I know Benson has a little bit of damage, but and surprisingly, Clint Walker, we've seen him sideways about 6 times, up here in 5th place with a fairly clean car.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like race control is going to call that on the 43, which is, shocking in my opinion. I genuinely felt like that was, kind of a group effort for all of them. But hey, that's why we're up here, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're going back green. We got a lot of single file, a lot of guys back here in the back. Can't figure out where they want to go, but we're back under green. And Kyle Terzak, I mean, probably going to be the man to beat tonight right now. Probably better tires than 90% of the field, and he's already pulled a good quarter of the straightaway just right off the restart here.
Yeah, definitely in a position to control this race.
Oh, spinning the turn 4. Benson Weaver's around. Another big pile up coming out of turn 4. We got about 4 or 5 cars, 6. Oh, man, we got a lot of cars involved over here.
Yeah, it's about half the field.
Yeah, I missed it. I just seen the Kyle Petty machine get wrapped around. It looked like off the 2 of either Jake Grout or maybe the O2 machine, Clint Walker. Definitely have to go back and look here.
Okay, we see a little contact with Caleb Hill. Caleb's trying to make that outside work, and yeah, Clint Walker
just gets right into him, and oh man, Tom Lickard hard into that outside wall. Dylan Potts up there in the outside wall, looking like he did that from checking up. David Hill, Robert Brobst, quite a few cars mangled up in this one.
Yeah, I think it looked worse than it actually was. There was a couple cars with really big contact, but all the other ones kind of just slowly slid into it, right? But
yeah,
I think one we can get a decent view of is Baker Jason. He was kind of one of the last ones piling in here, and yeah, you see it. It's just a parking lot as he comes out of the turn.
Yeah, Dade definitely was able to miss all that, come to a complete stop here. Just look at the carnage in front of them right now. Is everybody trying to get back going?
Yeah. Good
It's like
job.
trying to.
Slow
It's like
down
the
and
parking
stop.
lot.
Let them get it all sorted out, right?
It's like the parking lot after the race. Everyone trying to leave.
Yeah, it sounds like man, after that battle of attrition, sounds like it's going to be called on the O2 of Clint Walker, which I kind of agree with. He did kind of start that one, so he'll be dropping to the tail with that clean car, and he's going to have to try to do it all again in 26 laps.
Yeah, I mean, 26 to go. This race is pretty much coming to a conclusion. And really, you only got, what, 4 cars that are clean on damage right now? And that's your top 4 right now.
Yeah, well, hey, even Caleb Hill is a little bit. I see the rear end of that thing's kind of beat up, but yeah, Kyle Turzak once again with control on the inside. Another great start. Chris French on the outside. Now he has to defend against Levi Cox.
Yeah, Kyle Turzak just showing the speed in the car right now that he has over pretty much the rest of the field. As the rest of the field's bunched up behind Levi Cox right now. But James Grout, with all that damage he has on the machine, is battling Chris French for third as they're dooring each other going into turn 1.
Yeah, that's a very surprising recovery from that 49. He's definitely been driving the wheels off that thing.
As we're 3 wide over here, turn 3, they're pinching, not giving each other any room. Jake Grout has to lift off, and he does. But I am amazed that that 049 machine, with the speed that he has, with all that damage. And, you know, Kyle Turzak, if he can see that in the mirror, you know he's smiling right now because that's what he needs to try and gain some more points on that 49 machine.
Yeah, that. And, you know, he's also, this huge battle is slowing down French. French is one of the only other cars that are, like, completely clean. And it's back here battling with Caleb Hill and Grout. Definitely, that kind of lets the other two kind of get away from him.
Yeah, I wonder if Chris French remembered all that battle and he was doing with James Barker. I wonder if it kind of used up the tire wear a little bit. But Caleb Hill, man, I'm telling you, I'm surprised we haven't seen that 01 machine up front all night. But here he is, 3rd place and holding strong.
Yeah, definitely showing some speed. Fairly clean car, like you mentioned. So he's been able to just avoid everything. And yeah, definitely really strong running here tonight.
Yeah, we're in the closing 20 laps of this race. Versus field right now is pretty much single file. Really, the battle right now is just on that you see here on the screen between Caleb Hill and Chris French for 3rd place. Pretty much the field's pretty much staggered out right now.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. The closest battle is probably this one back here for this is 7th place. Tristan Mayhew, Bob Belshaw, William Cameron.
Yeah, you see William Cameron just sideways up on the outside on that 48 machine. I was about to say it was kind of spicing up a little bit with him, and even James Barker back here still fighting the those rear tires right now. Is Clint Walker up in the outside wall right now, but he's able to keep it going.
Yeah, one thing to note is that Barker is a lap down. He would be the lucky dog if we do get a caution, but yeah.
Oh, spin! We got William Cameron around. Wow, he was able to get it straightened back up, but yeah, that's definitely going to throw the yellow. Not sure off the nose. I think it was off the nose of the Flying 11 machine. We'll definitely have to go back and take a look. That's going to be our 10th caution of the night.
Yeah, we can see here, looks like William, the 11, had a nose underneath of him. And then, yeah, big dive to the bottom. William just came down. I don't know, maybe a late move from the 11, but I think the 48 maybe just cut him off a little bit.
Well, it's just a difference in corner entering as well. Most people run a kind of arced line into turn 1. It's mostly the preferred line, but you know, and some just run straighter and wrap the entire bottom. So, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one for race control to deem on. But Fortunately, they were both able to get it back going straight, and we'll move on. But we're gonna have what 20? No, excuse me, 15 laps to go.
Yep, and it's still the same old story up front. We have Berzak in the lead with Cox in second, Caleb Hill with that great run through the field in third, and then Chris French holding on in fourth. I see James in the chat, Dan Forth. I don't remember which track he was involved in. Maybe you do, but I think it may be the one where there was a lot of ARCA braking involved.
You talking about Danforth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was taken out in the at the first wreck with the big, no, he was checking out on the wreck that happened on the back straightaway when the wreck happened in turn one, where the caution came out. Everyone kind of checked up into each other. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, definitely unfortunate. We hate to see that, man. We know you're fast out here and should be up here contending for the win. But yeah, I mean, hey, short track racing, we've seen these cars week in and week out. A lot of ARCA braking. It's hard to get them slowed down. So yeah, maybe next week.
Well, we're double filed up here. Maybe for the last time tonight, we'll see. We're going to have 12 laps to go when they take the green. Kyle Terzak, we're telling you, he's going to be a tough one to beat, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be that 54 machine. We'll see how he does. Kyle takes the top for this restart as the pace car is going to dip off here into the restart zone. Green flag is up. And what in the world, Johnny? was I the only one that just saw somebody levitating in the air?
Oh my. Well, it's a new camera and maybe it needs some work. But
what did I just witness?
I don't know. But either way, a
Well,
great
for one-
restart from Terzak here. He now has about a 5-car length lead.
Somebody probably just got abducted. We should probably go check on him.
Oh no.
But right now the battle is on for second place between 54, the 01, and the 53, which I'm sure Chris French needed that yellow to kind of cool the tires off. Now he's starting to put pressure on Caleb Hill for third.
Yeah, that he is. Definitely been fast all night, trying to make that bottom work. We've seen him run top a little bit, and I think that bottom's the way to go. Almost gets a door on the 01 there, but yeah, that momentum on the outside, Caleb Hill is able to hold on to third.
Yeah, and right now Jake Rouse getting the back bumper full of the 02 machine. The 02 gave him a good shot over in one of the corners and got Jake all sideways, but was able to maintain that position. But Clint Walker is looking to fight for that sixth position, and he wants it from Jake Rouse.
Yeah, that 49 has been abused these last couple restarts. We saw him 3 wide on the last one, and he's...
Oh, my goodness, what a save. What a save. You don't get to see a save like that often in these cars. He was completely sideways. Good 45 degrees aiming for that inside wall.
Yeah, great job hanging on to it. We see the 64 just gets punted back here. Quick spin. Doesn't look like he gathered too much more damage than he already had. I think that was all kind of caused from that checkup from 49 about spinning out.
Yeah, probably. And it looked like, they were all, like the 64 was just trying to get in line and kind of behind that mess.
I think, I don't know, wrong time. I want to get a good shot of this 49 saving this car. It was a beautiful job. Could have been a huge crash. Some very heads-up driving.
Yeah, that was a heck of a save. But right now we're at 5 to go. Most likely going to finish this thing in a green-white checkered. Man, look at that. You don't see a save like that often at all in these late models.
No, you don't. Definitely. And it didn't end there because you see him all the way up the track here in the marbles, sideways. Excellent job hanging on to that car.
Yeah, but see, our caution came in the very next corner from the 64 machine behind this. You can see they're 3 wide, and it looks like Tristan's just trying to get into line because there is an opening, and Bob said, nah, man, that's my spot. And bumped him right on out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's kinda started with that first incident. Everybody's kinda bottled up and, yeah, I think Kristen is trying to get to the bottom and, the checkup, Bob wasn't ready for it. So,
This is definitely most likely going to be the final restart of the race. As not entirely sure if we're going to get the green white checkered yet, but Levi Cox is going to be starting. It looks like Kyle's going to take the outside again. No, this is going to be a natural green white checkered. So if we do have another yellow, we could get another green white checkered here. So we'll see. Kyle's going to take the top, so Levi's going to need to get a good jump here if he's going to have anything for Kyle Terzak, because we've seen those restarts. He's able to pull away, and there's not a lot of laps left to try and capitalize. So he's going to have to time this perfectly.
yep, absolutely. And, yeah, definitely the 15's in the best position because you get that jump off the restart, you're pretty safe from the chaos. We'll see what he can do here. Green flag's out.
Yeah, Kyle Terzak gets that big run like we anticipated. I was looking in the back. We had a 3 wide coming across the line for checkups, but enough of that. Kyle Terzak's just pulled away. And Levi's fighting for second place, just kind of holding back Caleb Hill here. But the battle right now is still back on for third place as they take in the white flag. So this race is pretty much going to finish how we got here. So they go down the back straightaway. Kyle Terzak, huge lead right now. As they dive off into 3 and 4, as they come off turn number 4. Well, I'm going to tell you what, we didn't see it at the beginning of the race, but he showed us wrong as Kyle Terzak's going to pull off the win here. North Wilkesboro, as we got a crash on the front straightaway.
It looks like we have a few crashes on the front straightaway here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, excellent race from Kyle and Levi and Caleb, Chris French. These guys all put on a really good show up front. Yeah, they deserve to finish where they did, top of the board.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
a
know. Do
very
we want to
strong
go back and
performance.
see these extracurricular activities back here or not?
Well, it
I
was
don't
only
know.
one. It was only
Yeah.
one. It involved a 43 and the 49 coming to the line.
Yeah.
Just some hard racing here.
Yeah, we see 49 completely sideways here. I think this is the white flag lap.
Yes, we're coming to checker here. You can see he gets loose because he dove it in there. David Hill's like going to try and capitalize on. He's sideways, boom, meet in the middle on the exit of the corner, right?
Yeah, that's just
and then,
racing to the line,
then Tristan
man.
Mahu just came in hot. So yeah, big pile up over here in turn 4 on the exit, or on the checker. But great race altogether. I mean, Caleb Hill, that O1 machine, pulling off a top 3 tonight. I think that's his best finish of the season. And that O1 machine.
Yeah, I think he may have had a podium in the first race. I'm not too sure. But yeah, either way, definitely a good rebound. He's kind of been off the pace, maybe just unlucky the last few weeks, but yeah, able to pull it all together here tonight. Yeah, I guess we'll go over our results real quick before we get into our interview portion. Pull this up here. Obviously, we just saw it. Kyle Terzak able to save those tires and make it count right at the end. He takes the win. We have Levi Cox, Caleb Hill, Chris French, as we already mentioned. David Hill, after starting with a 1-lap penalty, driving his way through the field multiple times, avoiding a lot of the chaos, comes home 5th. And Jake Grout, we saw him. He about every corner of that car had been beaten off, and yeah, he's able to recover for 6th place. But it was not easy for that 49 tonight.
No, definitely not. And the rounding off 7th place tonight, Bob Belshaw on that 44. We've seen him get into some scuffles in the race, but good to see Bob with a good finish tonight. Clint Walker, another one that was kind of involved in a lot tonight, fighting the handling of that machine, but still somehow was able to pull off a top 8 tonight with Tristan Mayhew in 9th. James Barker, we've seen, up front for that good portion of that race there, but the tires kind of just didn't last long enough for him. He's going to round off 10th. William Cameron 11th, Kim Gillens in 12th, Robert Brobes 13th. Benson Weaver's going to bring it home in 14th, a lap down. Same with Tom Lickert and Jacob Phillips. Dylan Potts had some trouble tonight, going to bring it home 3 laps down. And then the remainder of the field here who didn't finish, which was Dave Krajewski, Clifton Simmons, Aiden Neese, Ryan Phillips, Patrick O'Toole, and then James Danforth, who got collected right there at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, definitely. Man, that was a race with all kinds of highs and lows. We had some excellent racing up front. We had some chaos in the back. We had a flip. Just about everything. But I think without further ado, it is time to move on to our interview portion. If you want to pull up Caleb Hill, P3.
Yeah, we'll bring him up here. All right, Caleb Hill, Justin Wilson up here in the booth. Man, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I copy.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, strongest finish of the season so far. Brings home the podium in P3. Tell me, man, how did you make that 01 machine? He's so fast there at the end of the race.
Just by actually, I followed Kyle. I knew that tires would be important at the end of the race, so I thought if I just chill out a little bit on the accelerator and keep them fresh, I have a strong car there at the end, and yeah.
Yeah, and tell me, I mean, it was a pretty chaotic race too. 11 cautions tonight, man. And it was. Do you have any close calls tonight in any of those crashes? It was kind of hard to keep up with everyone because it was pretty chaotic out there at moments.
I actually the only close call I had was there at the end with I forget, I think it was Clint Walker and Benson Weaver, and they got into a little bit of an entanglement, and they were going to the inside. I took the high side, kept my nose clean, and yeah, that was a very important part of having the top 3 finish, because if that nose gets beat up, you're going to fall to the back.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna tell you what, that throwback scheme. I said it earlier. It's a little bit cheating because you ran that one on the last one, but the throwback to Darrell Waltrip.
Yeah.
It's still an amazing paint scheme, man, and I want to thank you for participating in it. But you got anything you'd like to say about the race, man, tonight? Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank my family and friends, most importantly my grandpa and my father. And I want to shout out Wadsworth Motor Cars. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys do. And yeah, thank you guys.
I do. I gotta say, hey, I think it's the first time that you and your father were both in the top 5. So I might be wrong on that, but that's a cool little tidbit of information here, right?
Yeah, I'm proud of him for the way he rallied back. I know he got caught up in some of the chaos there, but he rallied back. I think he fixed up the damage on his car. Pit crew fixed him up correctly, and I think he punched a top 5 finish, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm proud of him.
Yeah, definitely a good recovery for him, man, and cool to see.
Well, we are actually moving into a road course next week. How you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I think road coasters are fun. I'm a fan of the ovals, but I think the road course is a little bit I don't, what's the word? It's a wrench in the middle of the schedule, and I like it. I think it'll be fun.
Well, Caleb Hill, again, congratulations on the top 3 and the top 5 for the family, man. Go on and celebrate with them, and
Yes, sir.
we'll see you next week for the road course, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Yes, sir. Take care. Good night.
Definitely tell that he was excited about that top 3 finish tonight.
Absolutely. Well, hey, he deserves it. That was a hard race to get through, I'm sure, for a lot of these guys, and he was able to do it just about perfectly. Get up into the podium. So.
I'll bring up Levi here for you, Johnny.
All right. Yeah, we got Levi Cox, second place tonight. That was a wild race from start to finish, especially for you. You were right in the middle of a lot of intense battles. Take us through your night and how you feeling?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Definitely tried to hop on the saving tires train early on, and just kind of by my time, which was fun. I don't usually pace myself like that, but and then we got to racing a little bit, and the leaders took each other out, and I just knew Jake was about to crush me, and he did an amazing job not hitting me. I know he got involved, but he could have destroyed me then. So that was nice not to get caught up in that, and then at least put myself in position to have a shot at the end. And Kyle's just fast, so give credit where credit's due, and go to the next one.
Hey, well, you might not give yourself enough credit there because Kyle, he took like half the race just babying his tires. You were up there mixing it up, leading laps, battling for the lead and everything. So, yeah, I think it maybe came back to bite you, but you at least put on a good show for us, and we appreciate it. And I know, yeah, I mean, this is your first season with us here, but you've been putting on a show. You've been top three. You know, you obviously have some wins in the Xfinity side. You have been doing good in the street stock races too. So, yeah, definitely. It's been fun to have you on board here. Definitely a very competitive driver. And I don't know, have anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors, any fans, friends watching at home? Floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you guys for putting on the league, all the admins at Spark, both Monday nights and Wednesday nights. Fun group of guys. I see Justin up there in the broadcast booth as well. So shout out to him. Just a good group of guys. Cody Glencock's music on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and all the league sponsors. I don't have them right here in front of me, but hopefully maybe I can shout them out Wednesday.
Hey, well, we appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we get to talk to you then. And what do you think about next week going to the road course here?
I'm excited about that. That's gonna be different. Never attempted that in a late model. I guess it's good to be doing a road course on the Xfinity and road course on the officials all week. So just try to get in the hang of that and see what we can do. That'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, hopefully we get to see you up front in that too. Uh, yeah, you go celebrate your podium finish here, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Hopefully.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That was second place finisher Levi Cox.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a hold of Kyle Terzak, tonight's winner. Kyle, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, for starters, congratulations on the win, brother. I'm gonna tell you what, man. We were questioning the strategy. We seen you fall way back into the field, and but I'm gonna tell you what, you definitely shown that was the move of the race. But man, talk us through that. What was the challenges you faced tonight, even with the tire strategy?
Yeah, just honestly getting back for the field right there. I knew that from the warm up that we did right there. I did 5 laps, and um, every 2 laps we lost a percent of tires. So I knew that I had to back down the pace a lot to have healthy percent of tires left at the end. But that definitely worked out. The cautions fell at the right place. The leaders got together right there, and I think that was my golden key right there. With all that huge mess right there, but yeah, we got back up to fifth right there, and I just knew that I needed to save about 40-ish to go, and that caution came out right at 40. So that was my chance to gain spots and get to the lead. And when I got up to third, the leaders were side by side right there, and I saw James push up way up the track because I knew his right rear was fading, so I just took it 3 wide, and I kind of had to take that because the hole was open, and we're racing for a win in the championship, so you got to go.
Yeah, speaking of the championship, I mean, Jake Grout definitely had some trouble tonight, and it's probably gonna spice things up for you. I know you were talking about, in the last time we spoke with you in the booth here, you were worried about Jake Grout this season, but man, you're back in the winter booth before him, so. How you feeling any better about the championship points now than you were the last time we talked with you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Jake didn't have that really good of a night, and from USA, I also didn't have that good of a night. So to get this and the finish at least behind me is always a good boost. And 6 also, I mean, can't count out me or anyone. We still got a lot of races to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but that next race is definitely going to be the wild card. I mean, we're gonna be turning right, Olden Park, man. How you feeling about the road course?
Actually, better than actually expected because I love Olin. It is, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that road course. Actually, I ran it in a legend car when it went there, and officials and late models are actually really good on road courses. They actually turn pretty well. So hopefully that oval experience and that legend experience combined can hopefully get us another W.
Well, man, before we let you go to celebrate your win, man, is anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Good as always. I want to thank everybody who's putting this on. Crow Sim Shots for the best pictures on Iverson right now. RKM Photo Shot for everything they do for me. And Turzak Racing on Facebook.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, thank you for complimenting us. We know we suck, but thank you for that. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, congratulations on the win. We were definitely, like I say, we were questioning you falling to the back, but man, you proved us wrong tonight, man. And go and celebrate that win, and we'll see you up here next week in the after on the road course. We know we'll be talking with you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, again, that was your race winner tonight, Kyle Turzak. I mean, I'm telling you, that was a strong performance. The only car out there that probably didn't have a scratch on it at all, even after going back into the back of the field. So I would definitely say the strongest car tonight definitely won.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Man, like I said, it's a little dangerous doing that. Saving your tires, kind of going back into the hornet's nest. He was able to make it work, keep that car clean, and then, end of the race, he dropped the hammer and took off. So good race from Kyle.
Well, as we had mentioned before, the remainder of the schedule, if you want to slap that up on the old screen, but we're talking about next week at the road course, Olden Park. It's going to be exciting, but I tell you one thing we won't have is some cautions. So we'll be running pretty much green that whole race. That Olden Park's going to spice it up. We're gonna be running 30 laps. That's next week, and then the following week we'll be at the Legacy at Phoenix. Another track I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a long race as well. That's going to be an 80-lap race and at a mile track, so it's going to be an extremely long race.
Yeah, them are off to more of a normal finish to the season, what these guys are used to running. So we have Stafford and Five Flags to round off the season. Everybody loves Five Flags. That's kind of a staple short track, right? So that's going to be exciting. I'm definitely excited for the road course, and it is possible we have a caution, and we haven't had one yet. But we do have a race controller. If there's a big enough wreck, he'll throw it. So I don't want to say I want it to happen, but it's not impossible.
But yeah, the odds are not 0 for it happening. Well, I will say we've seen our fair share of action tonight. We had 11 cautions tonight, but all in all, we did definitely see some good hard racing, and mostly because we've seen the throughout the course of the race how tire wear played a role. We've seen those guys that dominated early, the guys that dominated mid, and then Kyle coming in at the finish and just dominating the end where it mattered the most.
Yeah, definitely. I think that played out just about how you would want it to, with no tires. Kind of adds a sense of strategy to the race other than just going out, driving as hard as you can the whole time. Definitely shakes the field up a little bit, made for some really interesting and exciting race. So I think it's a win-win for everybody here, besides the people that were involved in some of those crazy wrecks and Cade, who flipped over in the heat race. But
yeah, well, he's able to stay back alive.
Yeah,
I think that's a good time to sign us off there, Johnny, man. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be the first one to say, man. Everyone, have a wonderful night, man. And thank you for tuning in if you're still here. And we will definitely see you next week at Olden Park.
Absolutely. Yep. Now it's my turn. Yeah. So, Justin, Wilson, Johnny Rapp, Slingshot Racing, Booth. We will see you next week.